Well, hey folks, Real Lawsuit with Joe Rentalins, a SmackDown Live 205 Live Brooklyn review. Derb is not here, he's taking care of other things. All good. Can't wait to reconvene next week for Raw and SmackDown, but you get me tonight for a very promo-heavy edition of SmackDown. And 205 Live is also decent. You might hear a couple rants in this. I'm a little bit tired, so if you don't be too shocked, and don't be surprised if this review's short. But obviously Fallout from SummerSlam, so I guess that's why you had a lot of promos. And some decent matches. The main event was pretty good. But anyway, Miz comes out and mocks Daniel Bryan's retirement speech and everything. Starts crying. Actually, some legit tears, doing pretty damn well, saying, after 8 years, I'm retiring from facing Daniel Bryan. And that's great. That was a great line. And Maurice is also there. I'm not necessarily a fan of what's coming next, and you'll find out why. And I get why Maurice is there, Miz and Mrs. They're hyping that. And also, hey, they are a great couple. And if you had told me in 2004 that Miz would still be in the goddamn WWE in 2018, I would have laughed at you. And not to say that I didn't recognize that the Miz didn't have talent, but I'm just like, from where he began, really? Seriously? Kudos to him, though. He has gone so far with his limited in-ring ability. Let's be honest, he's not a great wrestler. He's a good performer. He's a really good performer, and his mic skills are tremendous. There are plenty of wrestlers that are better on the mic than they ever were in the ring, and I'm not going to mention that. I'll mention that list at another time. But boy, they did some great stuff here. Miz and Maurice were really, really good heels. Daniel Bryan comes out, just keeps calling him a coward. Miz had said earlier, 100 Daniel Bryan punches isn't as good as one Miz punch. Use brass knucks and everything. Daniel Bryan, though, comes out, starts calling him a coward. Crowd starts chanting, "You're a coward, you're a coward." Bryan can't leave. I kind of wish he could. And I mean, his contract. Read the reports and everything to find out why. I'm not going to go into this. I might go in another day. But bottom line is, I wish Bryan could leave. I get why he's not going to, though. But it is what it is. They're going to do a mixed tag at Hell in a Cell, basically. It's a way to extend the feud. They don't want to put... They could put Miz and Bryan in the Hell in a Cell, do that, and then they could always revisit it later. But I think that would be kind of bad because it would almost be too much. Then you take it away, then you bring it back. And I don't know. I just think it would be too much if they decided to do that. So they're going to have a mixed tag. And because Maurice was talking, you might as well be called Daniel Bella. And Brie mode, the worst theme in the last 10 years in WWE. Dear God. So yeah, mixed tag. So we're going to have Daniel and Brie versus Miz and Maurice. And I don't want to see Maurice and Brie back in the ring, but whatever. We're going to get these two klutzes in the ring. Maurice did a fine DDT, but she wasn't very good in the ring. And I'm sorry, Brie was never that good. Neither was Nikki. Nikki was better than Brie, but that's like, being the world's tallest midget. It's not necessarily a good thing. Don't you dare give Nikki the title at Evolution if you have her face Ronda Rousey. Don't you fucking dare go with that rumored match, actually, either. Oh, God. Yeah, they might do that. They would do that just to irritate people. But anyway, back to SmackDown. Brie did do an okay forearm to Miz, and then they announced the whole mixed tag match, and it is what it is. I mean, I get to extend the feud, but I don't know. I just have no desire to see Maurice and Brie back in the ring because they weren't very good to begin with. And quite frankly, I mean, if they want their kids to see them wrestle, good, okay, cool. I just don't care, honestly. But anyway, you then have Miz and Maurice talk to Paige backstage and all that stuff, and that was pretty cool. And Paige was like, "Oh, the match is on." And Big E has busted ribs and is eating ribs. So, of course he is. I mean, he's got bad ribs. So, Kofi and Xavier will face the Bludgeon Brothers. One of the Bludgeon Brothers also injured. Let me have you guess which one. It's Rowan. Rowan. The one that's always goddamn injured. That's nothing against Rowan as a person, but the guy's always injured. He's always injured. But anyway, Big E is going to be backstage. He's not going to be able to compete. Just as well, you get two lightest guys in the New Day. So really, you get to see the two lightest guys against the two big lads. And then we had Orton versus Jeff Hardy. And oh my God, Jeff was so focused tonight. So fucking focused. He was focused on Randy's Viper. Phrasing. Actually, what you had at one point was you had Orton and Jeff. They had a decent back and forth. And then Jeff got crotched on the ropes. And then Orton started fingering Jeff's hole in his ear. Probably shout out to Noah Ponders, probably put his dick through it. And I mean, be honest, Randy would do that. He would do that because he's that much of a sick freak. Jeff ends up hitting Randy in his Viper, causing a causing a DQ because he hit a low blow. And they brawl into the crowd, few chair shots, swanton bomb off a box that wasn't very high, but whatever. I mean, I don't really want to see Jeff do swantons like that, especially on free TV. I really don't want to see him do that stuff much anymore because he's 40. I mean, he shouldn't even been doing that shit when he was 30. But he definitely shouldn't be doing that shit at 40. I mean, I think he's pretty much broken down. But this was okay. This was a fine use of a DQ because it's obviously going to go to a Hell in a Cell match. Please do not put this in a cell. Do not put this in a cell. We do not need to see this in a cell. But have it be a street fight or something. Or a Falls Count Anywhere match. I'm all for it. You blow off this feud here. And then you had Gallows and Anderson and the Bar in an interview, and you what? That was weird. I guess they're gonna have a match next week. At least we know the Bar and Gallows and Anderson still exist. And I know not everybody can be on every single show, but it's just sometimes like, oh yeah, Gallows and Anderson, they exist. They haven't even really been wrestling on the damn show for what, like a month? 2 months? I can't name the last time they had a match. Please name the time that they had a match, because I know that I think it's been at least a month. But anyway, you had Peyton versus Naomi and Billie Kay at ringside in Peyton's corner, and it was okay. Peyton did get the win, and that was fine. It was there were distractions by Billie Kay, and Naomi had to take Billie Kay out also, but of course got hit with the great Fisherman's Buster or Fisherwoman's Buster or whatever. The bottom line is it was a great great Fisherman's Superplex. Or a suplex, Henningplex, basically, if you want to go with that variation of it. 1, 2, 3, Peyton gets the win. I'm very happy that Peyton got the win. I don't know where they're necessarily going with this. Is Naomi going to get a partner, or are they going to get a call-up to team with Naomi? What's going to happen? Because I don't really know who else you're going to team with her. I mean, they were kind of teasing the whole thing with Naomi and Lana, but Lana's involved in another feud that seems to be going on. But it's weird. Now, I mean, nothing against Peyton. Peyton beating Naomi is fine, but Naomi hasn't really meant much lately either. She did beat former women's champion though. So I'll be interested to see what they do with Peyton from here on out. Or at least for the next couple months. And then Becky's promo, and oh yes, this is the kind of stuff I like. Now here's the one reason I'm going to rant. WWE, whoever scripted this, is trying to get Becky to turn heel, much like Daniel Bryan in 2011, 2012. But it's not working because they're not going to allow him, or they didn't allow him to be healed. They're not going to allow Becky to be healed. She can be as heelish as she wants, but she's perfectly justified. Now, yes, Charlotte did just compete in the match and just beat, Becky straight up. I mean, she did beat Becky when Becky almost had Carmella tapping out. But still, now Charlotte did infringe on the match by just suddenly getting added to it when Becky might have been able to just beat Carmella one-on-one. So I get it, and I get what they're trying to do. The problem is it's not going to work. Becky will not be booed. I will not boo Becky. And if you're going to have a beautiful, focused, angry Irish lass, I am going to just be more entranced by her. And yeah, sorry, Becky is a talented, extremely passionate, beautiful woman. I don't really necessarily... I know I picked Charlotte for, the match. I mean, if you watch SummerSlam predictions if you want, and watch the SummerSlam review. By the way, that video will be up towards the end. And I wasn't against Charlotte winning. I knew that they would do it. I was irritated because I wanted Becky to win. I wanted to be wrong on that one. But it was great to have them brawl because you had Becky out there just throwing these barbs out. And I mean, listen to the promo. Check it out on WWE's YouTube page or something like that. It could explain better than I can. But then you had Charlotte come down, and this is a feud I want to see. The problem is you're probably going to have Becky get a title win out of this, and it might be a short title win, and then Charlotte's going to win it back a couple months later because they're going to build it to Ronda versus Charlotte, title for title, or champion versus champion at Mania, which might be kind of interesting. Or they move Ronda to SmackDown. I don't know what the hell they do. But Becky's promo was great. Charlotte coming out, them doing a brawl was great. Here's the problem, though. Then you had a whole bunch of women come out. You had Sonya, Mandy... pretty much every woman on the SmackDown roster, including Peyton and Naomi and Billie Kay, who just had a fucking fight just a bit ago. Like the previous segment. It was pretty ridiculous. Pretty goddamn ridiculous. And then Asuka's out there. How marginalized has Asuka been the past few months? I mean, her losing at Mania didn't sting as bad as I thought it would. But boy, that booking since then. I mean, at this point, Asuka might as well leave. If Asuka's happy in WWE and happy with her role, that's fine. I'm not wanting to take money out of anybody's pocket, but just creatively, they have done nothing with her. They have done nothing with her since since just after Mania. Because that feud with Carmella did nobody any favors, because all it was you brought Ellsworth back just to prove that, oh, hey, a man has got to has got to be in a woman's feud to make it interesting. Carmella may not be much of a wrestler. I mean, and by May, I mean, she isn't in any good. But if you want to make this champion credible, like, okay, I get interference, I get winning by dirty tactics and being a heel, a conniving heel, and all that stuff, adding a guy to it just wasn't any good. But good for Ellsworth, he seemed happy he was back. But just marginalizing Asuka has been one of the big problems I've had with WWE this year. And Asuka's not going to get a damn match, a damn title match at any point. I mean, she might face Becky. Who knows? She might face Charlotte next month. I don't know what's going to happen. But whatever happens, Becky should beat Charlotte and then have a run with the title. Like, beat her at Hell in a Cell, have a run with the title until, like, December, maybe even the Rumble. And then Charlotte can win it back if you want. But at least Becky then gets a run with the title. But Asuka just being marginalized, I fucking hated it. Anyway, Almas and Selena versus Rusev and Lana. 50-50 booking, Rusev and Lana win. Aiden English actually, for once, helping out and succeeding when Almas tried to take a chair in the ring. Aiden seemingly appearing out of nowhere. Stop that. And Rusev hit the Machka kick. And got the accolade on. Almas tapped out. This feud now is pointless. It's just pointless. And I love Rusev. I love Almas. Zelina, I think, could transition into being more of an active in-ring competitor, not just in mixed tag matches, and I think it could work pretty well. Lana, I don't really think is really cut out for the ring, but just, I'm kind of done with this feud. Unless it involves Aiden turning heel on Rusev, I don't really know what they're doing. Unless they realize turning Rusev days, or breaking up Rusev days is a bad idea, which means they'll probably break up next week. And then SummerSlam Rematch City, that's what I wrote down for this. And Nakamura cuts a promo, then the Statue of Liberty, but unfortunately because of his Japanese accent, it came out ribbity. So now I'm picturing Nakamura summoning the giant frog from Chrono Trigger while he holds the championship. And I don't know why I want to see that, and I don't know what. Or he could be summoning a copy of the 1972 movie Frogs. And if you haven't seen that, it's as bad as you would imagine. But the United States of Nakamura. Nakamura being good. I mean, they didn't have him on the show, but whatever. Styles' interview ended pretty quickly. He said he let his emotions get out of hand. And then Joe suddenly attacks him. And they were doing the nice little interview on the stage, which I liked, but Joe's just like choking out AJ and screaming in the camera, "Daddy went night-night." Gross. Why are they making this about daddies? Are they trying to appeal to the younger crowd? I mean, I don't get the whole daddy thing. I don't get the whole mom thing. I don't. I'm not knocking people if you want to say it. I just don't get it. I don't. But just Joe saying that, it's like, it's like, "I'll be here, daddy." But Joe saying it with such conviction that he's able to somehow make it work. But anyway. And you had Carmella, you had Carmella in there with Paige, and she's getting her contractually obligated rematch next week. She's going to face Charlotte. And then Truth is like, "Not so fast." And he's saying he's going to pin Carmella to her title shot, or a U.S. title shot, I think. And I don't know why I found this funny. Truth left. And Truth left. And then Carmella's like, "Yeah, I get my rematch, okay," and whatever. And then she's like, and it's like, Paige is like off camera. They're off camera. Paige is like, "Truth, put her down. That's the truth." Or "That's what's up." And I'm like, God. Oh, this shouldn't have worked. But then you had New Day with no Big E. He actually came out to the ring, for the entrance, but then went back there. So you had Kofi and Xavier versus Bludgeon Brothers, injured Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown tag titles. And apologies for my voice fading here. Been a long day. No DQ match. Good stuff. You could tell Rowan was hurt. I mean, my God, you could tell he was hurt. And I believe it was this arm, if I remember right, because he had like a sleeve thing underneath his underneath all the stuff he had for the Bludgeon Brothers gear. You could tell he was hurt. He did well. I will give him that much credit. But he had nothing in that arm. And I mean, how could you? Torn bicep. I think this is going to be the end for Rowan, though. They won't release a talent that's injured, or at least they normally don't, but I think after Mania next year, you're going to see him released. This is like the third major injury he's had, at least, if not the fourth. But anyway, decent weapon spots. Good ladder spot where Kofi just bounced off the ladder. It was set up on 2 chairs. And some good stuff, don't get me wrong. Xavier and Kofi sold well. Rowan did well considering his injury. Harper, they should push as a single star, but after last March, when he was more over than Orton and they didn't push him, I don't have much faith that they're going to do that. But New Day manages to get the victory, and new tag champions. Sanity needs to beat them at Hell in a Cell. You need to have this be a quick switch, because New Day, and I know they're popular, they don't need the tag titles. Sanity needs to beat them. Not a Hell in a Cell. If you could have Sanity versus New Day at a Hell in a Cell, that would be a little quick. They could make it work. I'm going to say B. For SmackDown. I was waffling between B- and B. Yes, I have some issues with how they booked Asuka and that kind of stuff. I like the Becky promo. I like quite a bit of the shit here. They built well to Hell in a Cell. They already have a couple matches set up. Obviously, AJ versus Joe is going to be Hell in a Cell. 205 Live I'm going to make quick. Maverick comes out, hypes the crowd. That was good stuff. Wale or Whale or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't care. He's a rapper. I don't care. I'm sure people like him. That's fine. Whatever. Wale's out there. It's like Wally, only complete shit. Wally was at least had some good emotions and a good ending. TJP versus Noam Dar, good match. You've seen it before, though. There was a good pace to it. Noam Dar did get the victory. Some good work, obviously. TJP working on the previously injured knee. But there wasn't much to it. Because you'd seen this before. Dar, I guess, won this feud since he's won 2-1. And then Gulak had a piece. He says he wants to face Cedric soon. And then you had Tozawa versus Colin Delaney. Didn't happen because Gulak, Gallagher, and Kendrick hit the ring, attacked both of them, laid them both out. And then Gulak's got a promo. Calling Cedric a coward, just doing all this kind of stuff. Really trying to hype this feud up. I give him credit. Even though he lost clean, he did hype this whole thing up about how he's going to be the one to take it from Cedric. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen on the Hell in a Cell kickoff. I kind of actually hope it does. Even though I hate the fact that the Cruiserweight's on the kickoff, give it a bigger stage. Because more people watch the kickoff in 205 Live, and I feel bad for saying that. But there was some good stuff. Cedric kept trying to come down, and attack, and Maverick's like, nope, you get the guys out of the ring, and this kind of stuff. And Cedric and Gulak had to go back and forth. He did call Gallagher and Kendrick thing 1 and thing 2. And Gallagher did a really creepy, just tone rendition of Sam I Am and the Green Eggs and Ham. I like that. I don't know why. It was a sinister way he said it, but it was really nice. Then he had that. It wasn't much. But Cedric and Gulak having a rematch, maybe at Hell in a Cell. If Gulak wins, which he should, you got more baby faces you could have challenge him, then I'm for it. Because otherwise, who the fuck are you going to have beat Cedric? Tony Nese. Gulak's kind of the hot hand right now. You really should go with him. You don't go with him in Hell in a Cell, then he's not going to get another shot, and it's not going to mean anything, even if he does. And then Team Do a Good Lucha thing, well, Kalisto at ringside, and I'm going to keep calling him that because Kalisto, I don't care if he made up for it, still ridiculous. So it was Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik, whose mask came off in this match, actually. You didn't get to see pictures of him. He covered his face up pretty good. But they faced Tony Nese and Murphy in a tornado tag match. This was good. It had some good moments. It had some really good double team stuff because there's no tags in a tornado tag. There was some good stuff to it. I can't say it was great. I'm not going to say it was great. The crowd did get more into it, and kudos to these guys for having a bunch of false finishes, but then slowing down a bit and letting some of the spots breathe. That was pretty nice. But Team Do a Good Lucha thing to get the victory. Good, cool. That was fine. It was good stuff. Good thing Metalik got his mask back on. He did do a really cool spot where actually he did walk the ropes, did a Hurricanrana and that kind of stuff. And did that. So it certainly wasn't bad. I'm going to say B- for 205 Live. B-. Because that first match, TJP Noam Dar didn't really do much for me. But it wasn't bad. I'm going to say that much. So this was a bit of a longer review than I expected, but I did have quite a bit to talk about. So anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what I've said? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link in the description. been Real Honestly with John Rental and the Derb. We'll be back next week. Do not worry. I know a lot of people are kidding. I know you guys like whenever I cut reviews or whenever myself and the Derb cut reviews. But anyway, I will see you guys soon.